I am going to cover one of the most important manufacturing concept, which is related to theory of constraint, and probably those who are related to the management side, and if they studied one book which is related to this and which is a theory of constraint, and it is related to the book of the goal. And this is very interesting book, and which is actually very old book, and it is written by Eliyahu and Goldratt and Jeff Cox. And this particular book highlighted few main concepts related to manufacturing industry, and the core concept is completely applied for a particular plant. Now a plant can be produce any product, but it is applicable to any factory, those who are producing something. So to producing something, the main focus to improve their production and to increase their profit cycle, how they can focus, which side they can focus, and they have a lot of issues within their side. So this book highlighted those problems, issues, and how these problems can be solved using the various way, and the main three things is highlighted, and these three things considered under the two main things to be identified within the factory work center cycle. So the real goal is throughput. So throughput means how much things the system is generated through sales, like the money. So the money is the cash. So the cash is generated through sales. Without sales, you can't generate cash. So throughput is the most important things, that how much money we are generating. Second principle is inventory. Now inventory can be considered in a lot of terms, but here inventory is something like in a different term, like all the money that the system is invested in purchasing things which intend to sales later. It means that you invest a money in a factory. Now you invest that money where? You invested in work in progress inventory, you invested money to store that inventory to somewhere, like warehouse or someplace or whatever it is. So whatever systematic things, you should consider everything as an inventory. So that will be converted later as a sales. So the inventory should be decreased, which is the systematic process. We need to simultaneously decrease this inventory. Then and then only we will go into profitable side. The third thing is operation expense. Now operation expense can be anything, but in a very simplified way, it explains all the money that the system spent in order to turn the inventory into throughput. Now inventory into throughput means whatever sales you will go through it, that will be your cash or money, whatever money you will get. Now this particular thing, how like all the money that the system spend in order to turn inventory into means whatever machinery you purchase, whatever plant involve a various person who are working for under your factory, those are also involved. So you are paying them as a salary, wages. You have machineries have electricity uses. So all the expenses which you are spending, and that turn inventory into throughput. So the inventory I already explained, but the target is we should convert that inventory into throughput, and this process need to take as less as time we can do as far as the minimum cycles generated. And this all things is a complete loop, what I can say, for any factory manager they need to focus. But there are two main highlighted point which is related to these 3 points are bottleneck and non-bottleneck. And the bottleneck and non-bottleneck, what it does, it related with your factory process. Like you have a process, you have a route, a particular route path where you involve various machineries to work step by step. step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, something like that. And few parts are automated, few parts are a human involved as a service. All those things are concerned, and that process is completely depend on their capacity. So each and every work center and the area where it involved, it has a capacity to produce something in a certain period of time, but it may change. Each cycle it may fluctuate. It is possible. So you need to identify what is bottleneck and what is non-bottleneck. Bottleneck means the capacity, whatever is placed on this is less than equals to demand placed on it, right? So when you're demanding 5 or 10 quantity, and the particular work center is always producing less than that quantity, it means it's a real bottleneck for you, because you need to do more focus on that particular work center or that particular machinery where this kind of thing happen. Your focus should be that. Non-bottleneck means it always give you a capacity which is more than that demand. So it's a non-bottleneck. So it is a healthy thing for you. So if you have a more non-bottleneck machineries in your factory, you are in a good sense of position as a machinery. You will say who you are in a post, and if you are leading and if you are handling a plant or plant manager, you are completely happy that if your factory have a bigger number of non-bottleneck but this is not the practical. Things may change, may possible sometime the thing gets first, things get change in terms of non-bottleneck can convert it into bottleneck or bottleneck convert it into non-bottleneck. It's completely dynamic. So the whole criteria is changed dynamically according to your manufacturing plant, and the plant have all these kind of things is completely dynamic. And this particular book explained as a novel format where everything is changed. And now this is the core concept what I explained. My creation of video is not to explain this management concept, because this management concept is already explained within this book. This book covers everything. You may read this book, you may purchase this book, and you can change. But my concern is I have tried to prepare a simple proof of concept module which cover this part under Odoo 18 version manufacturing module. I implemented a Odoo 18 manufacturing module where I have implemented a single dashboard, and this dashboard will highlight or it give me a complete idea that how many work centers are utilized in terms of uses, and how many are in a bottleneck, how many are non-bottleneck, and even it will give me a process flow of all the manufacturing orders or work order which are related with that. Now this particular module is created, but I have added one more module with that, which is actually creating a simulation part where you can create a more number of sale order, more number of manufacturing order, more number of purchase orders automatically. Even it will generate a products for you, vendor for you, customer for you, operation for you as a dummy format automatically in a single click. So this particular dashboard is a main dashboard, but this dashboard will change after the manufacturing process start, when the work order capacity increases. So how it will help you? The helpful is creating a certain criteria for your factory, and that factory criteria because every factory have a different kind of situation based on the period of time or interval. Like when you start with January, then you will go February, then you will go March. Each and every month, every factory have a different demand, different supply. and they have a, even the criteria match, like they have a very less number of people are working. Sometime people may went into some other work, or the each and every factory have a different kind of situation how they handle each and every situation. But this particular module will give them an idea that how their factory and how many factory they have a number of work center or number of process, and if they put that particular with that number of capacity, that number of process as a concurrent way, how their factory work center, how their factory route will handle that capacity of order, whether it will go into into bottleneck situation, or whether it is go to non bottleneck situation, how much capacity they can handle, how much capacity we can control. So all this kind of situation you can regenerate it, you can reproduce it using this process, and this will simplify that the forecast can be easily handled, easily generated, easily manipulated through that. And this module is completely just a simple, and so say I did not put anything in a complicated way, but I have highlighted few graph, means obviously under the work order cycle, each and every work order have their own capacity, they have plan, they can start, they can work. You see, I have that many of order currently. I can see 504 are remaining to start, right? And this is created automatically through my simulation process. You can see that I don't have any simulation, but I have a two orders which I can use with that. Let's say I have a 30 draft order, and this is completely based on scheduler, because I have used Odoo standard process where you can have a minimum order rule, and if the quantity goes below that, it will generate automatically PO and manufacturing order. That will be the case, and that's why I can see over here my system already generated few manufacturing order automatically. Even I did not generate it, but it generated because there is a minimum order rule for that. And I can see that until my workload show me 0 everything, but if I start this process in a concurrent way, you will going to check, and you can going to see the reflection under the dashboard automatically. So I can go to work order cycle, and if I choose, like I can choose operation 1, let's say operation 1, I'm just filter it out, and I just choose let me choose only 80 and then start them. So what it will do, it will start the process for that 80 records, and when it will start, it will automatically start it time interval for the process. And when it will start, you will see my dashboard is also changed automatically. Here you will see the workload automatically. Here you will see the process or the work center, which is already visible over here as a manufacturing side, like how many work center are used for covering this manufacturing order. So the visibility are there, the process are there, and you will see now it already started processing. And then when I reload this, this dashboard is going to change, and it will give me the utilization of how many percent, and this percentage will show me a green color. But when this utilization is above 60%, then it will show me a yellow color, and even it will automatically generate some sorts of alert, some sorts of workflow message for a plant manager to do something, to make their work center smooth, to make it possible that they can easily process their manufacturing for that particular area where they can focus in on. So this particular dashboard can be improved later, but this highlight a complete, a clean, specific dashboard where they can see that how many manufacturing order holding which machinery area to link with. Okay, now I will increase like this 80, now I will go for another 80, and then do the same process. I just start them. Then you will see when it is started, it will change the capacity of my work center to more number of percentage with respect of highlighted one. You can check, it will show me, and you will see even it will give me the work center utilization is recalculated based on the situation, whatever the current situation it's holding. And now you will see I have some sorts of 82%, 82.71%. I can change, still it show me that you have a overall 36% usage with 9 work order, and you don't have any specific bottleneck until yet. Okay, let me continue this for my remaining one. Maybe I can choose all and then go for start that. So now it will start all the work order with operation 1 process to be start, and it will reflect here also. You will see it will reflect with reference of utilization. And not only this utilization, I can show you one more important thing over here. I have this dashboard have some sorts of yeah, you can see it's show me now red because I have now this 3 work center area where the utilization increases more than 100%. All right, so they are already lot of queue is increases. So the plant manager need to focus on this 3 work center area to make the load decrease, or they have so many decisions they can take. So I can give you that also, like what kind of advisory system generate. So system generates some advisory for you, and this is automatically generated. This advisory will give you some sorts of priority where they can focus, what kind of thing they can do. So they can use to check the quality issue causing rework, or do not release new work order that will add the queue of work center. These are the consideration, but this can be a more specific to industry also if we go for a specific manufacturing industry. Overall, it will generate each and every work center with their specifically exploitation, what kind of exploitation happen, how we can resolve this, and you can individually, plant manager can acknowledge manually one by one, and they can process something, means they cannot increase their workload. Now going back to work order over here, and you will see that there are still lot of work order are pending, but what I can do, I can see there is a finished which green status, but I can show like how many are ready, how many are waiting, how many are pending. So the pending will be more because I need to still start for the operation 2, but first I need to make my in progress one to be processed first. So what I will do, I will select all my in progress status and make it done to complete that. But in real case, this is not happen. The thing will be progressive according to the manufacturing process, according to the plant process, and the time consumption will be generated. And when I finish this, you will see that the changes is also reflected here. You will see the percentage is completely decreased over here, which show you more and more. Now it decreases. Now I can go with the other specific area where I can proceed, and I can process. So let me open that. Over here I will choose, first I will start this, and then after I start, you will see that it will increases the load. Yeah, you see the bottleneck is already increases. These 3 are still, so I can initially I can transfer few of the load to other work center also. That can be also possible as a plant manager, and decrease the load of these 3 sections area. So that kind of decision also possible from my side to do so far. So here we go. We can go with the version 2. Yeah, this I need to reload it. So over here I have a work order, and I will go for I will go for in progress status first. How many are in progress? These all are in progress, so I just select all of them and then complete my work order. So you will see that when I finish this, the load of my work center or the dashboard is automatically decreased. You will see it's under 100, it is 100.83. It's automatically decreased. Now I can check the other waiting or like pending specific area. Is there any pending? Is there any in progress? Or is there any ready? Right. So these all are the pending. So what I can do, I can choose them up. First I should start, and when I start, even I can change whatever the work center, which is a standard Odoo flow. But the video what I'm trying to explain here is that this dashboard will give you an exploitation of use case of work in progress, how many time it takes, what are the utilizations to processes, and this kind of thing is already can be checked inside the work center also. So you have a current work center time, what will be a previous work center have, what kind of interval it takes as a waiting time, because that is also in real time. How many work center utilization there, how much hours a work center have a queue time. So these all parameters are related to theory of constraint, which is related to your work center and how you will going to check, and even this all things are mentioned over here also with reference, and you have a expectation duration are also there. But this thing I have added, and this is completely managed for you for each and every work order to process. And let me first finish this for you and check. So you will see that when I finishes my work order load and when I reload it, it gives me a 0%. Now there is no any load exist within my work center area, right? Because I finish it. However, I have a inventory process is pending in my dashboard where I have a 54 manufacturing order which are available for me to make it done, because I already finished the process, so I can make it done. Now this all things can be tested manually. You can create that much of manufacturing order, but you don't have any kind of dashboard or area. Even the Odoo Enterprise module did not give you that kind of guidance of this kind of identification of your plant, which is not possible, and this is possible through this particular implementation. And this implementation can be done in a more detailed way, because this is just a initial glimpse what I show you as a proof of concept, but we can drill down more detailed side to close this, right? But the simulation, the magic is happen through this simulation, because this simulation process can generate a dummy data automatically for you. It will run the simulation, it will generate each and everything what Odoo can do automatically, but in a single form area you can do all this thing in a very quick way. So you can taste your work center, you can taste your capacity. Let's say I run the simulation. So this simulation will generate a 30 sale order for me, and based on this 30 sale order, whatever the finished product, it will randomly assign the component product. Even I have added a finished product also over here. If you are new, if you are different, but I have added all these is a combination of finish, because the system will generate a bill of material for automatically for you based on finished product. It will generate a component product for you. It will configure a vendor under that component product. It will generate a purchase order automatically. Now purchase order and everything is depend on minimum order rule. So it will generate a minimum order rule which will link to finished good product and component product, and then it will, when you run the scheduler based on the demand and minimum order rule, it will generate a new purchase order or new manufacturing order automatically. So I use a standard Odoo functionality, nothing or less. And then the system will generate a whole process, like I have added a custom operation also, like you can create a multiple custom operation, that is also possible through dummy data, and it will link everything in your single form to process it. Okay, let's finish this process and I will show you when this particular thing is finished. It will generate a sale order for me, and when after the sale order it will give me a manufacturing order also, and when through manufacturing order there is a operations, and obviously I have linked those operations with bill of material also. Like if I go for the product side, I can show you product as an example, and I will search the finished goods product for you. You will see the finished goods product is considered as a goods, and it has a bill of material for you. You have a bill of material, and bill of material have a component product for you, and each and every component product will link with operation also. But there are a few which have a not, but these all are the initial phrases. I can give you a few operations which already have a bill of material linked with that. So everything is available for you. You can check, you can run, you can take, like the sale order, the system will generate a new sale order from this process. Obviously I have a 30 orders, so it will take some time to finish, but all this process can be done automatically through dummy. And I can show you few products with component. Which is a purchase property. So I have a component will be assigned as a vendor, the vendor will be automatically generated, and it has a minimum order rule also, like it will generate a specific minimum order. Even you have a purchase order creation automatically, and this is generated automatically through scheduler. So I have used Odoo standard everywhere with respect of minimum order rule and your demand quantity. So the best thing over here is through this simulation you have a complete visibility for any particular place where it will generate a process, and even you have a different alert. Like alert, you have an advisory. Each and every advisory will give you acknowledge the system, and this particular thing need to be focused from plant manager side to explore, to check, to take decision accordingly. And if they finish that part, it will easily manageable for any plant manager in a very secure or safe way to complete their process. And the main concern is this particular real goal area where they need to focus, they need to finish it, they need to increase their throughput, they need to decrease inventory, they need to systematically reduce their operation expense, and this will put more number of cash, more number of revenue inside their manufacturing plant process, and they can give a better delivery cycle. In less number of period of time they can deliver more, so they deliver more happy customer are there, more happy will convert it into more production side, and they can scale their plant to more better way. And obviously they have a system which will give them a bottleneck and non-bottleneck, and that this particular thing, if they got to know, because various plant manager even they don't know which area which is considered as a bottleneck and which area is considered as a non-bottleneck, they don't know. So they need to focus on an area where they need to focus on to solve the main concern area where this particular thing, let me check still the process is on, but I think this, I already have a previous manufacturing order I already show you, which is enough as a demo side. I have tested this around 1437 orders which I have created with my database using this method, and this particular thing is working so awesome. There is no any problem in my testing side, but obviously I need to go through in a more detailed side where I can more specific case I can generate and I can close. So I think that's it for my side for the new particular module what I have created, and it covered the theory of constraint. Based on that, we can, you see currently there is no any work center in my system, so that's why the dashboard is also show you green. But when I add more number of work order, more load, the process will automatically update with this simplified dashboard. We can make it, we can scale it, more number of parameters, more number of value, but it is depend on the inputs. Various inputs comes from community, from the people who already aware and who already implementing this thing within their manufacturing plant. Let me know, comment it, and show me the detail about more and more, so I can explore on that area to move on that area more detailed side. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.